Alrighty, so I'm not sure if we're live or not. Sorry guys, I'm having a little bit of some technical difficulties. Okay, it looks like we are live. So, hi everyone. Oh, I just have my phone here so I can keep an eye on the live chat. But welcome back here to the Megan Moves channel, guys. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulties trying to get this stream set up. I had my live stream start before I even knew that it was starting. So my apologies for those two viewers that were seeing me set up my stream and my setup right now. You got to see some of the behind the scenes. So it's all good. We're all good now. It looks like we're live, but welcome back here, guys, to the Megan Moves channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're new here, I'm Megan, and I'm super excited for this stream today, guys. I haven't done a live stream in a little while now, and so I just kind of wanted to come on here and share with you a new hobby that I've picked up in about the last week or so, and I've really enjoyed starting to do it, and I wanted to share it with you guys on my channel. I wanted to make a video about it, but I figured that I might as well go ahead and just do a live stream and show you guys right firsthand. So tonight we're going to be making some DIY mouse ears. As you can see on my head here, I've started to make some mouse ears to wear for whenever I go to Disney World, whenever I go and do my vlog. So I had been getting a lot of questions from you guys or friends and family asking. They were like, well, you don't wear mouse ears or Minnie Mouse ears whenever you go to the parks, and they were just wondering if I am one of the rare people that don't necessarily like mouse ears or that think that they're uncomfortable, and that wasn't the case. So I said, enough's enough. I'm just going to go ahead and start making my own. So I have exactly what I want to have, and I can make my own and kind of have a little bit of fun with it. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, guys. I hope you're excited. Let me know in the chat if you're here watching. I'd love to see who is tuning in with us tonight. If you're catching this on the replay, thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy this stream tonight. So you guys are a little bit far away because you're on my computer, but I've got the live stream pulled up here on my phone, so I'm going to be kind of checking the live chat and everything as we are making them. But I see here Matt is on. Hello, Matt. Samantha, hi guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know if you guys are here in the chat, and if you guys have any questions or comments or anything at all throughout the live stream tonight, feel free to let me know in the chat. I'll be keeping an eye on it, but let's go ahead and get on into it, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. So tonight we're going to be making some mouse ears, like I had said, and I wanted to show you guys some of my ones that I had started making beforehand, just so you guys can get a little idea. So I have here some examples of ones that I've started to make. I really enjoy making them, guys. They are a ton of fun. I'm having a lot more fun than I was expecting to have. Hannah, hey, I just see you hopped on. Thanks so much for tuning in. But yeah, guys, I've just really enjoyed making them, and so I get all of my materials off of Amazon, or I get my fabric from Hobby Lobby. So it's super easy, easy to get all the stuff that you need, and I'll show you everything that I use here on the live stream tonight. But let's go ahead and get into the fabric that I'm going to be using. I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday to pick up some fabric for some friends. I was making some ears for them that they wanted. And I saw this leaf print. I know you guys are a little bit far away. I hope you guys can see that. But I saw this leaf print and I thought the color was beautiful. It just really stuck out to me. I'm a plant person, and so I was like, well, that's the fun thing about being able to make your own ears. You can pick whatever fabric you want. And I was thinking about having some plant ears. So we've got these leaves. We're gonna use this fabric here for the ears, and then for the bow, I found this nice spotted, it's like a lighter green color, and so I really liked this green, and so we're gonna go ahead and make some ears out of this material. So the first thing that I like to do is I typically start with the ears. So we're gonna go here and unfold the fabric, and guys, like I said, I'm just starting out, so I am still a little bit new at this, so the way that I do it might seem a little bit ratchet, but it's how I do it. It works for me, and I hope it can work for you guys too if you decide to make your own. But I was able to go on TikTok actually, and these are not my stencils, these are not my templates. I was able to get it off of a girl out of the link in her bio on her TikTok. So that's what I use, but I use this template here to cut out the ear fabric, and if you're interested in making your own, super easy to go online, just figure out or find templates that you can use to make it. But you're gonna need 4 pieces of fabric to make your ears. So we're gonna go ahead here, and I just use the template here. I just cut out around, or sorry, I just draw right out around here, and I like to use as much of the fabric as I possibly can. I don't like to waste the fabric, so I'll show you here once I'm done drawing this ear out. But I typically like to put the template right on the edge here, and you can see right down here, this fabric that doesn't ever really get used, the end there. I like to have that. I like to use it whenever we seal up the ears at the end. You'll see, I'll show you guys how I use the hot glue gun to glue that up. But we're gonna go ahead here and finish tracing out our ears. And I did forget to say, but I don't currently have a sewing machine. I am in the works trying to get a sewing machine so I can try to make my ears a little bit more efficiently and a lot easier. But what I do is I use a hot glue gun. All that I use for these ears are all hot glued, so super easy. You don't have to have a sewing machine to make these. They can be all hot glued, and it's super easy. So that's what I use for this. It works for me, and it's really easy, and I'll show you guys that now. But we are tracing out our 3rd ear here, and I'm gonna keep tracing out around here. So here we go. It typically takes me about, when I first started out making ears, it took me about an hour to make a pair. I was hoping to get the fabric all traced out ahead of time before this stream, just to kind of save on some time, but that didn't necessarily happen because I was having problems getting the stream all set up and everything, but it's all good. So here, guys, I'll show you, I have all of the ears traced out there. If you can see, I have it in blue ink. And you can see down here I have it, so that we'll be saving and using some of this white fabric at the end here. But I'm gonna come here and quickly cut out these ears for you guys. And while we are cutting these out, I'm excited. If you guys have been tuning into my channel for a while now, you know that I love to go to Disney World and I love making Disney vlogs. And so I'm excited this weekend because I'm going to be headed back to Magic Kingdom. Wait, Animal Kingdom. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be headed back to Animal Kingdom this weekend for the first time since the park had reopened. So I have not been back there since it's been closed. Animal Kingdom was actually one of the last parks that I was at before the parks had closed. And so it's going to be good to get back there and kind of see what all they have going on at the park. But I made these cheetah or leopard print ears special for that because I'm really excited to get back there, see what the park is like since it has been closed. But I am just here trimming out the ears here. Okay. And yeah, so we're on the 2nd ear here. Trying to do this a little bit fast so you guys don't have to watch me just cut out the fabric. Like I said, I was gonna try to get these all cut out and ready for the time of the stream, but since I had some technical difficulties, it's all good. I wasn't able to. But so you just trim out around the ends here. It looks like there's another chat. I've never been to Walt Disney World, says Samantha, but it's on your bucket list. Definitely worth going, Samantha. I am a huge Disney fan. If you're new here, I became an annual pass holder back in January, and I had moved to Florida here back in about a year ago. It's coming up on a year that I've lived down here, guys. I can't believe it, but yeah, I moved down here last August of 2019, and so I was like, well, I live here so close to Disney World, and I was kind of needing some type of entertainment and, you know, some stuff to do in my free time, and so I thought I would become an annual pass holder because I really enjoyed Disney World and Disney and stuff. So but after I became an annual pass holder, I became hooked, and I love getting back to the parks. I love being able to go to the parks whenever I want to. Now it's a little bit harder just because of the reservation system and everything. But I love getting to go and do some vlogs. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that anytime I go to Disney World, I usually record a vlog as long as I'm by myself. This weekend I'm going to be going with some family friends, and so we'll see if I record a vlog or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to at Animal Kingdom. I'd like to, but I also want to be able to spend time with them, and I know some people can get a little bit weird on camera or not feel as comfortable, so we'll see if we'll do a vlog or not. But we've got all of the ears cut out, and I see that my friends over at Main Street Explorers just hopped on. Hey guys, hey Corey, hey Laura, thanks so much for tuning in. We are making our mouse ears, super excited about it. So we've got all 4 of the ears cut out here now, guys. So the next thing that I do, oh, I see Samantha, you're a Disney lover too, then you would love Disney World. I gotta tell you, girl, you gotta get out there. You gotta go and try to get a trip to the park sometime. You would really enjoy it if you're a Disney fan. But so now what I do to give the ears their rigidity, what you use is, I was using cardboard when I was starting out, but I joined this Mouse Ear DIY Minnie Mouse Ear Club or page on Facebook, and it has been a game changer. I've learned a lot of things, guys, and this is what I learned the most about. This is a game changer, guys. These are coasters that if you go to the restaurant or a bar or whatnot, you know, the coasters that you get for your drinks, that is what I use for my mouse ears. So they are a game changer, guys. Super thankful that this one lady had told me about them. She actually sent these to me. I'm super thankful for that. That was really kind of her. So what I do is I just have this template here, and I put it on the coaster like this, and I trace out around the bottom. I don't do anything on the ends here. It's already the perfect size for an ear, which is really neat. Which I think whoever found out about this it's a game changer, guys. It makes your ears a lot more rounded, not jaggedy or anything. It's great. So, yep, you're just gonna go down around the ends here and just trace, and then we're gonna cut that out later. But so I'm just gonna go down around the ends here. Trying to do this a little quickly, guys, because this is the boring part. As soon as you get all of your materials cut out, it gets a lot more fun, guys. You get to start to make your ears, and it gets a lot more interesting. So we've got all of our coasters trimmed or traced out, and I use just an older pair of scissors. I don't use my good cutting scissors that I was able to get, so I use my old scissors so that way I don't dull my fabric scissors. But we're just gonna come and cut out here. I usually cut on the one side and then cut on the other side, so that way I don't bend the cardboard at all. And you'll just get this little eye-shaped, whatever you wanna call it, shaped piece, and you've got a perfect shape for an ear. This is where your headband's gonna go, and it's great, guys. These are game changers if you're thinking about making your own ears. Highly recommend using these coasters. They really are a game changer. They really changed how my ears look, and so I'm really thankful for it. So we're just going to cut these out, and then after this it's going to get a little bit more interesting for you guys, so I'm really excited about it. But all right, so we're almost done here, and we've got our last one. Just going to cut along the line. Okay. All right, so now we are good to start gluing the fabric onto our coasters here. So you'll see we've got 4 of the coasters, and so I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do is I have the fabric here. You want obviously the color side facing out, and you just put it right in the center there. You'll see this piece is a little bit different because it's got some extra fabric, but this is what it'll typically look like. So you just want to put it right in the center, and then what you'll do is you'll just hot glue right around the ends and just push down all around the ends to make the fabric stick to the ear. And so whenever you go to hot glue your ears, it's really important that you do little sections at a time. Whenever I was starting, I was doing really big sections at a time, and your glue dries super quickly. So you just want to do a little section. I just did just a little, about an inch or whatnot, and then you're going to come here and you're just going to press your ear. I'll try to bring it up to you guys to show you how it looks, but you're going to just fold it over like this, if you can see, and then press down really hard so that way the glue dries and the fabric's going to stick to your ear. Hi there, Rachel Loves Disney. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Tonight we're making some mouse ears, so I hope that you enjoy the stream. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've got some lovely leaf fabric, and we're going to do a beautiful polka dot, green polka dot bow. So I'm really excited about it. Right now we're just working to connect all of the ears, or all of the fabric of the ears, to our coasters here to give the ears their shape. And so, like I said, guys, you just want to push down and make sure that it's really tight. I like to have the ears be really compacted on there because it's going to give you a really nice rounded shape. You don't want to have it bunched, because you see I kind of have a little bunch here. You want to make sure that you press down really hard and that you have it really tight, so that way you can have a nice rounded ear. So we're going to go continuing with our little sections, and I just like to push down here. And by now, guys, I'm used to it. The hot glue, I mean, obviously it's hot glue for a reason, but be careful whenever you use it. But at this point, I'm kind of used to it, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but definitely be careful whenever you're using a hot glue gun, because the hot glue is definitely hot. But okay, so we're almost done with our first ear. Wait, I think I see Samantha or someone trying to chit chat. Let me just finish this up here. Alright, so let me see. So, oh, sorry, Rachel Loves Disney. Are you the girl that's going to be on the Adventures of Gonzo stream? Yes, tomorrow I'm going to be tuning in. I think it's at 6:05 or something, or 7. I need to look at the time again. I'm going to be on their live stream, so we'll see you there, Rachel, if you are going to be tuning in. But we are finished with our first ear, guys. Look at how great that turned out. I am already loving it, guys. See, this is the fun part of it. You get to see your creation kind of start to come to life, which is what I really love. And so, yes, we just hot glued right around the ends, and you see that there's not a ton of fabric. That's fine, but it is really tight. So you want it to be nice and firm, and make sure that there's not necessarily a lot of space in between the fabric and the coaster. So that's at least how I make my ears. That's what I've done. It's worked for me. There's definitely other ways of doing it. I'm sure if you guys are on here and you make your own ears, you probably have your own ways as well. This is what works for me, and I just wanted to share that with you guys if you're interested in making your own ears as well. So we're going to continue with the second ear. Going to try to go a little bit fast on it, but just do the same thing. Bunch around the edges, do small portions at a time. And there we go, out around the edges. Yes, he's amazing. He's so funny. I'll be there. Awesome. I'm excited to see you there, Rachel. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to be on their stream. And then tomorrow evening, head on over to the Main Street Explorers channel. They are going to be having a really fun stream tomorrow, and I am going to be the guest host. So if you want to see me host a live stream over on their channel, definitely go ahead and check it out. It's going to be tomorrow, and set that reminder so you remember. Main Street Explorers, they're great. Definitely check out that stream tomorrow. A lot of action on YouTube tomorrow, guys. A lot of streams happening, so I'm super excited about that. And we are coming up on finishing our second ear. And there we go. Just bunching down. I hope you guys can see. Let me know if you need me to be closer or anything. I know that you guys are a little bit farther away because you're on my computer, and I wanted to make sure that you could see. But yeah, so we have our second ear here. Loving how they're turning out, guys. We're going to do our second two, finish that up, and we're going to do, there we go. So we're going to finish these up, and I ran out of my glue stick. So we're going to add another glue stick. And there we go. Guys, got most of my supplies on Amazon. 200 glue sticks here. I think we are pretty prepared for ears in the future. So I'm definitely gonna, there's no excuse why I don't have ears coming because I've got all the supplies for it. So a lot of times if you are thinking about making ears, or if you're thinking about getting into this or whatnot, you can get a lot of bulk supplies for a lot cheaper than if you were to get just a little bit of it. So I definitely stocked up. Whenever I show you guys my poly-fil container, you guys will think, oh my goodness, she must be obsessed. But we will get to that point after we are done with gluing our ears here. Let me see, what do we got going on? Yes, and you're going to host this week. Yep, super excited about it. Main Street Explorers. I'm really excited. Corey and Laura, that'll be a lot of fun. So here we go. All right. So we're almost done with the third ear. Okay, hope you guys are getting some value out of it, or out of this live stream here. Hope you guys are enjoying and that it's not too dull. I wanted to share my new hobby with you guys because I'll probably be talking about it a little bit more on my channel now that I have been doing it so often and stuff. So let me know in the comments if you guys are enjoying this. Hit that thumbs up button if you are. And we've got our third ear down. I love it. I'm excited about it, guys. These are going to be really cute. I'm really looking forward to it. I was concerned because I didn't know if the leaf pattern or if the leaf fabric was going to be too much, or if the leaves were going to be too big for the ears themselves, if that makes sense. A lot of time when you go to look for fabric, one thing that you want to think about is how big your ears actually are. You don't want to have a fabric that is going to be too big, or like a pattern or a symbol or whatever it is, a character or whatnot. You don't want to have it too big that you can't actually tell on the ear what it actually is. And so my concern with these leaves were that they might be too big, too busy, but I think they're turning out to be pretty good. I have a kind of a mental image or a mental shape of what the size of the ears are, and so whenever I go to Hobby Lobby, I try to do just a little circle to map out like where my actual ear would be at and what the fabric would look like for that ear, if that makes sense. And so I figured that these would be good. I had a little bit of concerns, but like I said, this leaf pattern, this leaf fabric just really stuck out to me. So I figured we were gonna stick with it, see how it goes, and it's turning out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, or let me know if you guys are ear fans. Let me know what your favorite ears are, if you have a pair of your own or if you make your own. I am looking for inspiration into new ears to make, and I'd love to hear what kind of ears you guys like or what you have. But I think this is my favorite one of the ears so far. I love all of the pattern that's in it. But we have all of our ears made. We've got all of our fabric glued onto our coasters, and let me show you guys. Oh wait, let's see here. Samantha, I always wanted to make Disney ears. I love arts and crafts as my favorite hobbies. Well, if you are a Disney fan, and Samantha, if you are a Disney fan, that's something great. This is a great hobby, a great craft for you. So be thinking about it. Definitely come back to this stream if you're interested in making more, because they are a ton of fun. Once you start making them, you're going to get hooked. So the next thing that we are going to do here is we're going to use some poly-fil stuffing to stuff the inside of the ears to give them their shape. And let me show you guys, since I showed you my hot glue sticks, all of the supplies that we're using. This is my box of poly-fil that I purchased. Look at this thing, guys. 5 pounds of poly-fil. You guys are probably like, oh my goodness, she's crazy. Like, why would you buy 5 pounds when you don't even know if you're going to enjoy this as a hobby? Well, me being, Disney on a budget and frugal whatnot, it was actually a better deal to buy 5 pounds than it was to buy 1 pound. So I thought, you know what, we're going to go ahead. We're going all in on this. I'm pretty excited about it. So we got the 5 pounds, and that's what we're using now. We've got enough poly-fil to make a bunch of ears. So I'm looking forward to it. But what I do whenever I have the poly-fil is I like to just come and kind of break it apart a little bit, make it a little bit puffier, so you don't have to use as much as well. And you just go in the opening here and you just put your poly-fil in there and it gives your ear its shape. So we're gonna go ahead, start filling them up, and you just wanna do it to your desired puffiness, I guess, if that's a technical term. People like their ears different sizes. I'll show you at the end. Just however much I can fit in here is typically how big or how puffy I like them personally. But definitely, you know, you can add more or less poly-fil, whatever you desire. So we're just gonna come here. I'm gonna put some on here. Yes, yeah, Main Street Explorers. I know it's a lot. It's a lot, but but it works, and we're gonna have it for a while. So I'm looking forward to it. Got a lot of ears coming, and send your ear ideas my way. Let me know in the comments, like I said, your favorite ears that you've made. Because I'm looking for inspiration. I've definitely just done kind of basic ears right now, you know, just get a fabric and a bow, and fabric for a bow, but I'd like to reach out or branch out and do some more fun and exciting ones. So let me know in the comments what your favorite ears are, what you've done before, what works for you if you've made ears before. But we're just going here and we are filling up our ears. So here we are, we've got our first ear. This looks pretty good to me. You want to make sure that all of the edges of the ears have enough of the poly-fil, and it looks pretty padded, pretty thick to me, because you also want to think about you're going to have another ear on the back side. So just think about that as far as how thick or how puffy you want your ears to be. So we're going to come and we're just going to keep doing that for the rest of the ears here. And I'm going to put that inside here. There we go. All right. Yeah, Hobby Lobby is one of my new favorite stores now. I could definitely get into a lot of trouble at Hobby Lobby with all the fabric they have, all the fun, neat things. I have a lot of ideas, need more ideas, but I have a lot of ideas when I go in there. I would like to get all the fabric, but we're just taking baby steps right now, making little fun ones every now and then. Okay, so we're almost done with our second ear here. And here we go. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little bit more in this ear and make sure that it has the right thickness down on the bottom. All right, and there we go. So we are finished with the second ear, and so this will just give you guys an idea of what it's gonna look like here. We've got it like that, and so that's gonna be one pair of our ears, but we're gonna start making our second one here. And so, all right, after we finish stuffing all the ears, what we're gonna do is close up this flap, finish off the ears, and then we're gonna work to glue them together. But before we do that, I'm going to use what I like to do, if you can see on my cheetah ones here, I like to line the edges with a fringe. I like to do that just to kind of finish the ears off, kind of hide the seam a little bit. Since I am just starting out, sometimes the seams can be a little bit rough, and so I just like to hide that with some fringe. So keep that in mind if you're starting to make ears, or if you want to. Fringe can hide everything. So I like to line it with fringe, but I got a new fringe tonight. I was at Hobby Lobby, and I usually like to use like a pom-pom fringe, and they didn't have the like hunter green or dark green pom-pom, or yeah, dark green pom-pom fringe that I was wanting or planning on using. So we went with a new fringe tonight. So you guys are going to be able to see that firsthand, how it goes and if it works or not. So we're going to finish our last ear here. All right, here we go. And we're almost done. And then it'll get a little bit more exciting again. Okay. You know, now that I think about it, these might be ears that I can wear to Animal Kingdom this weekend. I am a really big fan of these leopard or cheetah ears, and that's what I was planning on using or wearing whenever I go back this Sunday, but these might be my new favorite ears. I'm really loving this leaf fabric, guys. So let me know in the comments which ones you think I should wear. Should I do, well, you haven't seen them yet, so we don't know how they're going to turn out, but we'll have to see at the end if you guys think cheetah or if you guys think the leaf ones. But we're just going to finish up here. It doesn't look like we'll need that much. Okay, so we have finished our ears. And so we're going to just work to to close the flaps up. And so let me just show you guys here why I chose to leave this white flap at the bottom. Like I said earlier, I love to use all the fabric that I can. I don't like to waste fabric. And so with my template here, you can see the comparison. With the template, you don't have a ton of fabric on the bottom. I probably could add a little bit more, maybe not go off of the template. I could probably add a little bit more, but it gets a little bit tight whenever you try to go and fold it over. But whenever you use the excess fabric on the ends, it's super easy just to flip over and to use. So that's why I like to do that. So, ooh, Matt says leaf to wear to the park on Sunday. Maybe we'll have to do the leaf fabric, Matt. You might be encouraging me to go with the leaf fabric, but so we're gonna have to see at the end. Let's see how they turn out. But so I think you guys just saw there, what I'm gonna do is I just do it to close the ends up. I just do it a half ear at a time. I go to the middle here, press the fabric down, and then go to the rest of the way and press the fabric down to seal the ears. So there we go there. I do it all the way across so it will just stay shut whenever the ears are connected. Press down so that the fabric will stick, and you have your ear. And it's all closed up. So we have one. We're gonna do and finish up the other ones here. Alrighty, here we go. I'm doing it a little bit quicker now, but just fold it right on over, press down. Sometimes with these larger flaps, you'll just go and kind of do a little bit extra at the top there and close it. There we go. And we're just gonna close the other ones here. All right. Okay, we've got our second ear. And now we're gonna do the ones that don't have as long of flaps. We're just gonna cut that fabric really quick. We just had a little piece there hanging. But it's not as bad with the smaller piece. You'll just do your line like usual and then just pull on over, pull it pretty tightly so that way it's nice and secured, and then squish down on the hot glue there. So perfect. Let me know if you guys need me to come closer or anything. Hope you guys can see and that you are enjoying the stream here tonight. All right, there we go. And we've got our third ear. Let's do our fourth, finish this off. All right. Gonna line the ear there. All right. Almost done. Pressing so that it'll hold, so that it dries. Okay. And there we go. Lined the edge. So, and just a reminder, if you guys have any questions, if I went over a step too fast, let me know. I'll be happy to go back and review it. But we've got all of our ears done. I am loving how they're turning out. So the next thing that I'll do afterwards, if I'm using a fabric that has a pattern like the leaf ones here, is I like to look at the ears, kind of lay them all down and see, okay, which fabric or which ears look the best and which ones would I want to have at the front when people look at me, and which ones would I want to have on the back when people don't necessarily see them as much. And so when I first look here, what I'm thinking is I'm going to go with these two as the front facing ears here, because there's a lot more fabric, a lot more ears, a lot more action, whatever you want to call it, going on here. So, and then these ones, there's a lot more white space, so I'm going to do these to the back. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave them like this so I remember that. And now I'm going to add the fringe before I put them. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Just wanted to check and make sure. Now I'm going to use this green fringe, and I'm going to line the outside of the ears, and I'm going to just go right out around the edge here, hot glue a little bit at a time. This fringe, like I said, is a little bit different than the fringe that I've used before. We'll see how it ends up looking with the ears, but we're just gonna go out around like this, if you can see, and we're gonna work to do that. I only do it on 2 of the ears because they will be put together, and then you don't have to do it on all 4 of them. So this fringe is going to be a little bit different since it's not like the pom-pom one. So I am just going to glue down so that there is a little bit of the fringe sticking out, if that makes sense. So we are going to just start here. And whenever I wanted to point this out, whenever I put the fringe on, what I like to do is I put the hot glue below the fabric. So whenever you push down or whenever you fasten the trim to the ears, the hot glue doesn't come out on the rims here so that you see it. So I like to put the hot glue down as far as possible, but still make sure that the trim is able to stick. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and start to do this first one. Just doing a little bit at a time here. And here we go. Okay. So, see how this goes. This is my first time using this fringe. We'll see how it's looking. Oh, I think it's not too bad. Okay. So, we're going to do that. Because it's hard, because this fringe is some sticking up, some not. Some's going to be showing, some's not going to be showing, so we're just going to keep going out around here. Okay. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you liking the trim or the fringe? What do you think? I think it's not too bad. We're going to keep going with it because I think, well, we're already started, so we got to keep going, but I think that it's looking okay. All right, so we're going to finish up here. And I did want to point out while we're doing this, so that way you're not just watching me do the fringe, I was able to make this scrunchie here, a matching scrunchie for my cheetah ears. I am a really big fan of it. I don't have a sewing machine, like I said before. I am trying to get one, but once I have a sewing machine, I'm planning on making more scrunchies because I have really started to start wearing them, and they were a lot of fun to make, but I used a hot glue method of making the scrunchies, and I would not recommend, if you don't have a sewing machine or whatnot, then obviously by all means definitely use hot glue if you want to make your own scrunchies, but the scrunchie didn't turn out the best, but it's still able to be used, able to be worn. It was kind of hard to make, but I think once you get the hang of it, once you get used to it, it might not be as hard to make. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love wearing it, using it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to pair it with these ears here. So we're almost done with the trim here, and then I'll show you guys up close what it's looking like. So I'm just pushing down on the trim, making sure that some of it can be seen, but making sure that I don't press on it too hard that the glue will show. But I think it's turning out a lot better than I had anticipated. I was a little bit worried about using this fringe, but I knew that I wanted to have a fringe since I couldn't find the pom-pom fringe at Hobby Lobby. But okay, here we go. All right, so we're just gonna trim off the edge of this fringe and I'll show you guys what they're looking like. Okay, and not sure if you can see too well. It's super subtle. I'll probably have to do it a little bit higher, but you see out around here, I just went and I put the fringe out around the outside so that way you could see just a little bit, just a nice little touch, little detail to finish the ears off out around the rims. So let me know what you guys think in the comments if you are liking the fringe, if you don't like the fringe, but we are going to continue with doing the other side of the fringe. Oh, Hannah says she likes the fringe. Thanks, Hannah. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out because like this fringe, I don't have the other fringe that I used, but I was concerned because it's got like the wavy motion and I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I'm actually pretty happy with how it's looking. So, all right, let's continue on. I'm just going to start there. Sorry that I can't have you guys closer for this. I hope you guys are still understanding what I'm doing and finding this helpful or entertaining if you're just watching just to watch some ears get made. But all right, there we go. So we've got that. So I'm just putting it right on the rims, like I said, making sure that some of the fringe can be seen, but want to make sure that the bottom part isn't seen and that we don't get any hot glue on the rims at all. So I'm really liking and really excited about how these ears are turning out. I'm a big fan. They're starting to be one of my favorites, so I'm really curious what it's going to look like whenever the bow is put on. I was a little bit concerned because I didn't know if the ears were going to be too busy, since we've got a pattern for the bow, a pattern for the ears. I didn't know if it was going to be too busy or not because I typically just go with like a solid bow, patterned ears. But we're trying something new. Never done an ear live stream before, never done both patterns for an ear and a bow. So we're doing a bunch of new things tonight, guys. So we will see how they turn out. I think that they're looking pretty good though. So, all right, the fringe is coming along. I need to make sure that it's seen a little bit more than what I'm doing, I think. All right, here we go. All right, well, while we're finishing this up, maybe let me know in the chat, what's your favorite ride at Disney World or Disneyland if you're watching and go to Disneyland in California. Let me know what's your favorite ride, what's your favorite park, what's your favorite thing about Disney. Let's get a Disney chat going. What are you guys like about Disney? What's your favorite ride, your favorite character? Let me know. Okay, so we're almost done with our fringe here. Okay, just rounding the edges, doing a little bit at a time. I found that the fringe was a little bit hard to do at first, but once you get used to doing the fringe, it gets a lot easier. It's not as hard. So, all right, we're just gonna finish off the little end here. All right. And do that, and we're going to cut the end off here. I'm going to make sure I'm not cutting the ear too. I'm going to push that down, cut this. All right, there we go, and we've got our ear with our fringe. So what do you guys think of the fringe? I think I'm liking it. So now that we did that, after you do your fringe, it's going to get a little bit more exciting. Now, guys, we don't have as much downtime now because we have all of our stuff pretty much made. So these are the backs of our ears, and these are going to be the front of the ears, and so we are going to have them, we're going to glue them together now. So here's a sneak peek, guys. I think they're really cute. I'm really excited to glue them together and show you guys. Okay, so what I do whenever I go to glue the ears together, this is a really important part, I think, is you want to be careful, especially when you're using the hot glue method. You don't want to glue right around the edge because when you squish it together, your hot glue is going to come out and it's going to be able to be seen. And you don't necessarily want that if you want nice finished off ears. Oh, Hannah, let's see. Your original favorite ride at Magic Kingdom was Splash Mountain, and now it's between the Seven Dwarfs ride, but I also love the Winnie Pooh ride. Okay, yes, I love Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I think that is a super fun ride. Has a long wait time, unfortunately, but I love the part where you go in and you see all of the dwarves. I think it's really fun. And Splash Mountain's really fun too, and I think it'll be really fun as well whenever the Tiana ride comes in. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Main Street Explorers, Everest. Yes, I know you guys like Everest. That is a really fun ride. I'm a really big fan, and I'm excited to get back and try that ride out this weekend at Animal Kingdom. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for those comments, guys. So we are going to start to attach our ears now. So like I said, what I like to do is I just go out around the bottom of the fringe is where I put in on the top here of the white part of our fabric. That's where I go and I put our hot glue. I don't put it right on the fringe, on the edge or anything because you don't want your hot glue to be seen. So this is a really important part. You want to be kind of quick whenever you do this because your hot glue will dry, but I'll just show you really quick what we're going to do. You're going to go and hot glue right around the edges, around the bottom, and what I like to do is I do like a sandwich thing. I do it so they go right on centered, and then I go and I squish and I hold them together pretty tight so that way they dry and they will stay stuck shut. So oh yes, Hannah, you like the roller coasters. I'm a big fan of the roller coasters as well, for sure. So we're gonna go, and I always, since I'm getting close to the edge of a glue stick, I think we're gonna be good for now, but I always have mine on hand so that way I can quickly put a new one in if need be, so that way it does not dry. All right, so if you guys can see here, lining around. I am very generous with the glue, and then I just kind of do random stuff inside here so that it will all stick together. So we're going here, doing our little sandwich thing, and then I make sure that it's lined up before I squish, and then I just press down. I just push it on the table, whatever it is, try to get it flat, put it in my hands, whatever it is, because you want to make sure that it's good and tight so that way it dries together. So you just clamp, we're going to hold it for a little bit, make sure that it's good and dried, and then if you didn't get it glued enough, if you see that it peels away a little bit, I'll just stick the hot glue gun right down into the seam, put a little hot glue in it, close it up, and it's usually pretty good. Usually stays pretty good, and the seams look pretty good with the fringe and everything. So this is looking pretty good. My fringe, you can't see as much. I probably should have done it a little bit farther out, but it's all good. That was the first time using this fringe, so we are learning here. But okay, let's see. Okay, and here we have our first ear. So this is going to be the front of the ear, so it's going to look a little bit like that. And like you can see here, you can't see the fringe too much, but it's nice because it's just a nice way that it finishes off the ear. Even though you can't see it as much, I think it's good because it finishes off the ear, gives it a nice detail. So let me know what you guys think, if you are enjoying this, if you are liking how the ears are turning out. And you probably can't see as much just because it's farther away, but the ear is pulling apart a little bit here. So we're gonna glue this one, let this one finish drying, and then I'm just gonna go in, stick the hot glue gun in, seal it up a little bit, get it nice and dry, and it should be good and set to go. So let's go here. Gonna do the same. We are gonna load our glue stick, put it down here. All right. Okay, we're gonna go do that. Being generous, going around the edges again. All right, there we go. Doing our sandwich. Okay, squishing it on the table really quick, clamping it together, make sure it's good and tight. All right, So after this, we don't have too much else to do. We just have the bow to make and then put the ears and the bow on the headband. So not too much. It is taking a little bit longer tonight, I think, just because I had to get everything ready, and but I think we should be able to finish up a little bit soon. So I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And there we go. We've got both of our ears made. Super excited. Love this fabric. Loving how it turns out. So we're going to keep going so I don't keep you guys too long. We're going to do our bow now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay out the fabric here for the bow. And when it comes to the bow, all you'll need is an 8 by 11 piece of material. So since I'm still starting out and it's easiest for me, I just use a piece of paper as what I use for kind of tracing out my bow. So I just put, if you guys can see here, I think you can, I just put this piece of paper and I just trace out around the edge to make my material for the bow. So we're gonna go here, and I am using a pen. I need to get like a fabric marker or something I think would be really helpful and beneficial if I were to start making more of these. But right now, since we're just starting out, we've just got a pen, but here we go. We're just gonna finish that up. All right, and so we're gonna use our fabric scissors again, cut out this square, rectangle, whatever you wanna call it, for our bow. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, almost done here. All right, and done. Okay, so I'm gonna fold up the rest of the fabric here, put it on my little side table. All right, so now what you're gonna wanna do, here's our fabric for our bow. Really excited about it, it's gonna be cute. Is you want to fold the one side of the bow, you wanna fold just a little bit, like halfway is what you want to do. Fold it over so it's halfway, if you can see there. You want to fold it long ways. Fold it down. I just go over it a little bit so it gets a nice crease to it. And then you're going to hot glue down in the middle here to hold this flap down. I just do a nice little portion like I did there. So you're going to do that. And then I go, and you're going to want to fold your top half to the midway point as well. So we did that halfway, and then I just go and I give it a little crease again, make sure it's nice and creased on the top, and then do a piece or a bead of glue in the center again so that it is held in the center and you have like a nice hot dog shape or whatnot. And then you're going to want to come and hot glue the ends. So you see this flap here. I'm just going to hot glue that down really quick. Press that down, and then you're going to come to the end and do the same thing down here. Hot glue, press down. And then you want to fold the ends of your hot dog, if you will. You want to fold down the ends here so that you don't see the edges. So I just go, do a nice long fold here, and then I fold over the material. And it's okay if it bunches a little bit. You're not going to necessarily see it like that. You're not going to see it once it's all folded together, so you don't have to worry about it coming open like I have here. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Hot glue, fold, same thing. All right. Here we go. All right, and we are getting close to the end of our bow here. All right, so after you do that, you're going to want to fold your ends into the middle. So this is probably super confusing, me going as fast as I am. I know it was really confusing for me at first as well. So if you need help, definitely rewatch this part because the bow can be a little bit complicated, but just fold in your flaps to the middle here. So you see it's nice and small there. And it's compacted. So you are going to fold your ends in, and then you're going to hot glue your ends down in the middle. So here we go. We're going to press really hard so it stays nice and dried. There we go. And then we're going to do the same for the other side here. All right. And fold it right down in the middle. And I am still trying to get used to or kind of do a little bit better at the bow. That's the hardest part that I've found for me, just making it look good in general, I guess. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to try to make a good bow for you guys tonight. So we'll see how it turns out. But you've got this little mini rectangle square thing. And then what you want to do is you start doing like an accordion with your fabric to make your bow. I start from one of the sides and I flip over because whenever, I like to think of it, whenever you look at your bow, you don't want to see head on, you don't want to see any of the creases. So I just flip away from me first, and then you're going to flip back towards you. And then I kind of crease down a little bit so it has some crease to it. And then you're going to flip again. So it's down in the middle there. And then I crease again on the ends to make sure it's nice and creased. What I really should do is I should iron the ears, I think that, or sorry, iron the bow. We're gonna do a little bit of glue really quick. I should iron it so that way the creases are a lot better, but I only have a steamer right now. I don't have an iron. So maybe we'll have to invest in an iron, but okay, there, and keep doing the accordion, crease down, and then go at the end here. And crease down at the end. Crease, crease. Okay, so you've got your bow shape, and it looks like this bow didn't turn out too bad. So I just like to fix it up a little bit, make it look a little bit better like a normal bow, because the accordion part can be a little bit hard and tricky, but it's also nice because this is a busier fabric, so you can't see too much of the flaws as you would if it were a solid fabric. And so there is our bow. I think it's kind of cute, guys. So you just go in the middle here, hot glue down, and then pinch together. You want to make sure that you keep it nice and straight, because whenever you pinch down and you have your hot glue in, it's going to be that shape. So you want to keep it in mind how you have your bow lined up, so that way when you hot glue it, it stays centered and it stays the shape that you want it to stay. And there we go. So we did that. We're going to come and we're going to put some hot glue on the back side as well. So I usually do one and then hold it to make sure that it stays, so then it's a little bit easier. Make sure that I get the shape that I'm still wanting to have, which is looking pretty good, so I'm happy about that. All right, and then on the ends here, we're gonna do it one at a time. Make sure it's nice and pinched. All right, almost done. So we have that one crease, then we just have one left, and then I'll show you guys our bow. All right, so hot glue and crease. So So there we go. It's looking pretty good. It's really important to keep it nice and centered. So there's our bow. And so now all that we have to do once it's dried is we just have to put some fabric in the center. And so while that is nice and pinched, we're going to get our leaf fabric here and do well, actually, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do the leaf fabric in the center? This is up to you guys. First comment I see will do. Should I do leaf in the center, or should I do just polka dots in the center? So that way it's all polka dots. What do you guys think? I'll see if anybody responds. We'll give you a little bit. I was going to do the leaf, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do polka dots. I'm not sure. So we've got our bow nice and done. All we got to do is put in the middle part. So I think what we'll do is maybe we'll go with the leaf, since that is what our ears are. So I'm just going to go here to this end fabric. And now that we have our bow made, I'm just going to set our bow aside really quick, and I'm just going to come, and what I do is I usually just cut like an inch little piece of fabric. It doesn't have to be super big. It can be a little bit smaller. You can kind of eyeball it. And I'm just going to cut this end part off there, and then cut. So I just cut this little piece. What this piece is going to be is the middle part, is the middle part of our bow here. And so what you do is you get your little piece of material and you fold over the ends in hot glue. So we're going to go here, do just a little bit at a time, and then fold over and press. Okay. We're going to hot glue some more and press. Alright, so you kind of have this nice creased fabric that we're going to use in the middle. I'm going to do a little bit. Okay, there we go. And just a little bit more to finish off. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. This is my first live stream of making mouse ears. Sorry if it's taking a little bit longer than you expected. I hope you guys are enjoying, and I'm really excited to see how these ears turn out. But we've got our little strip of fabric here, and so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to think about what part of the fabric do I want to show with the actual bow. And so I'm thinking that and I'm going to use, let's see, that's nice, but oops, I'm letting it, it's falling. Oh, I can't decide. I think I'm going to use this bottom part here to be what is seen with the bow, actually, if that makes sense. So we're going to go, let me look at that again. I think that's what, or maybe we'll go with the green. Well, let's look at what our ears look like. Maybe we'll do the green. Man, I cannot hold on to this stuff. Nope, we're gonna go with the lighter part. So what I do is you get it right into the center of your bow, and you figure out what fabric you want to show, what pattern. Make sure it's nice and centered, and then I just glue on the bottom part of your bow. Make sure you know what side or what side you want your bow to be oriented in, and I think we're going to do it like this. I like how that bow looks, but look at it upside down as well to see if that shape looks a little bit better for what's going to go on your ears. But we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna hot glue on the bottom here. And I'm gonna do that. Press and seal. All right, and then you want to pull pretty tightly. Make sure that you keep your bow shape that you like. Wrap it over your bow, wrap the middle part over your bow. Make sure it's nice, good, and tight. Kind of pull the parts of the bow that you want to fix a little bit. Pull them the way that you want them to look. So I think that is pretty good for our bow. And we're just going to hot glue the back side back down on the bottom here. And we're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Let me go here. Oh, it fell apart. Okay. All right. There we go. So we made sure it was nice and tight. And we're going to use a little bit more glue here. Make sure it's good. All right, there we go. That's better. So we're going to press, make sure it's nice and firm. I think that it's looking pretty good. All right, there we go. And then you see we have this little flap here at the bottom. I just cut that off. I make sure that it's long enough so I know that it is going to be enough material to wrap around the bow, but I'll just try to cut pretty closely to the bottom. And there's our bow, guys. Not too bad. I think once we get it put on our ears, it won't be as wonky. So, all right, so let's finish these ears up. We're gonna make sure we've got the front of our ears, so those are the backs. Here's the fronts. So I'm gonna look and see what side. I think I want the ears to look like this. We're gonna do that. So I have this nice template here that I got online as well. And so I use that for the ear spacing, and then I just use a black silk headband that I got off of Amazon. I got a pack of them, and I just put it right in the middle here for the ears. I line up the ears on here, and I put the bow in the middle so I know what I want for the spacing. So we have our ears lined up, and I'm going to use a pen and mark out where the ears go at. I like them there. I like them there. All right, so then as far as gluing your ears on, it's kind of hard because you're using hot glue, you're not sewing it, so you want to be really careful about how you glue and how you secure your ears onto your headband because you don't want the hot glue to show. I am still learning how to wrap the headband, so I'm just going to keep it black. I'm not going to line it tonight. And so whenever you go, we're going to make sure, yep. So this is our front of the ears. And whenever you put it on, you want to put the back of the ear to the back of the headband to give room for the bow in the front. And then we're going to get more of our glue stick here. There we go. And then I just go right down in the crease here, making sure that I don't do too much, but also not too little, that it's not going to stick. Oh no. My hot glue stick is being funny. There we go. Okay. There, okay. And we're gonna stick this right on the back, and then you wanna hold and make sure that they are secured. Just hold it on there for a little bit. This is really important that it gets a nice, good seal and that it is able to dry and harden on there, because you want to make sure that your ears don't fall off of your headband. So that is pretty important. So we are just going to do that. Make sure that it's nice on there. Hold it really tightly. And we are pretty close to being done here. All right, so it looks like that's nice and dried. And then we're just gonna secure the other ear on. Okay, so looks pretty good. And we're just gonna do the same thing over here. Line the crease with the hot glue. I do usually 2 passes of it. 2 little pat with the trigger pulled in about halfway. And then go and press really hard on your ear and your headband. Okay, really close, guys. All we have to add left is the bow, and they're turning out pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with them. We'll see what you guys think. I think the first time with this fringe was maybe a little bit rough, but I think we'll learn how to use it. But all right, so those seem to be on there good. And last but not least, we're just gonna add the bow on them. And we are gonna make sure that it's nice and centered, make sure our bow's the right way, put a little bead of glue down on the bottom of the bow, hold it up, and make sure that it is nice and centered, looking good, and then hold on to it nice and tight. And make sure it's centered in the back, it's looking pretty good. Okay. Just gonna let it dry a little bit. And are you guys ready for the final reveal of the ears? Okay, let me make sure it's nice and dry. And here we go. Let me pull away there we go. And there's our finished product. What do you guys think? Are you guys a fan? Do you think it's fab or drab? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I'm pretty excited with them. Let me see. We're gonna try them on. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are. I think I am a fan. I think that they're good, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, guys, but hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY mouse ear tutorial and seeing my new hobby. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're catching this on the live stream, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Hannah says fab. Thanks, Hannah. I think that they're fab too. I'm pretty excited about them. And we'll see. Maybe I'm going to be wearing them to Animal Kingdom this weekend. We'll have to see about it. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to keep up with my mouse ear adventures and all of the other ears that I decide to make, you can check out a link in my bio or go ahead and head on over to Instagram and you can follow me and see some of my ears there. You can follow me at Megan Moves with 2 underscores at the end. And if you decide to make your own ears, tag me on your story. I want to see what kind of creations you come up with. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed again. Pretty excited about these ears. They might be my new favorite. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I'll let you guys go. I'm going to get back to thinking about some more ear ideas. And who else? Yep, Hannah said she likes them. Thanks, Hannah. I'm a big fan too. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next ear live stream. Let me know in the comments if you'd like another one of these, and I appreciate you guys watching. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys. Sorry, I gotta get up and turn the live stream off. Okay.